No matter your age or gender, you can enjoy a classic story of a triumph when a wrinkled seed of a woman blossoms into a fascinating flower. So we bring to you 10 of the best ugly duckling transformations in movies. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification, and share this video with all your loved ones.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 10, Cinderella. In one of the most iconic transformations in the film industry, the grand story about Cinderella is a story loved by adults and children alike, sure to forever be a story that is told. In 1950, when it was released, this Disney production grossed about $80 million and only used about $3 million for its creation. The heartwarming story of a wealthy widowed aristocrat lives in a beautiful chateau with his beloved daughter. The well-to-do father soon decided that his daughter needed a mother's care to help her transformation from girl to woman. His second wife was a widow and had 2 daughters. All was fairly well until the father passed away and the malignant true nature of the stepsisters and stepmother manifested. Eventually, with the help of Cinderella's fairy godmother, Cinderella went from rags to riches, known forevermore with her beautiful gown, glass slippers, magical horse and carriage, and of course, the charming prince. Number 9, Eliza Doolittle, My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady revolves around Eliza Doolittle and a somewhat snobbish high-class British professor named Henry Higgins. Eliza Doolittle is a rugged, down-to-earth roaming flower street vendor with a thick Cockney accent who was not very ladylike at all. Eventually, Henry Higgins decides to turn the profanity-mouthed haggard into a well-mannered member of high society, who becomes so elegant, graceful, and beautiful that people mistake her for a princess. The 1964 Audrey Hepburn movie version of My Fair Lady is based on the Broadway musical. Coincidentally, the absolutely gorgeous Audrey Hepburn starred in several films involving an ugly duckling transformation, but her performance as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady is the most impressive. Number 8, Zeta Alpha Zeta Girls, The House Bunny. The House Bunny, released in 2008, has a roster of some fantastic actresses, with Anna Faris playing as Shelley Darlington, Emma Stone as Natalie, Kate Dennings as Mona, and Catherine McPhee as Harmony. This romantic comedy encompasses a bulk for the ugly duckling transformation. Shelley is a 27-year-old Playboy bunny who was dwelling in the Playboy mansion for years until she got evicted. While wondering what her next step in life would be and down on her luck with no skills, fate delivered her to the rattled sorority girls' house of Zeta Alpha Zeta, and the sorority pledges were definitely epitomes of the ugly ducklings. However, Shelley, as the house mother, gains the trust of the pledges and totally transforms the girls and the house into the most desirables on the campus. Now, to achieve this goal, the girls had to undergo social and cosmetic reformations, which are a hilarious and triumphant ordeal. Number 7, Josie Geller, Never Been Kissed. Never Been Kissed is a hilarious movie that was released in 1999. Starring Drew Barrymore as a 25-year-old copy editor for the Chicago Sun-Times named Josie Geller, she is recruited to go undercover at her former high school since her boss wants an exclusive story about the modern lives of the high school kids. Josie was a dorky girl in high school, and even as a young professional, she had the description of a mousy geek, with no style in her hairdo and wardrobe that looked hobo. However, Josie Geller eventually transforms herself into a lovable character, popular among peers as she becomes confident and is even crowned prom queen. Although Never Been Kissed is not deep or a sophisticated film, it's funny and big-hearted and sure to win you over. Number 6, Katie, Mean Girls. Katie is the main protagonist of the 2004 film Mean Girls, but we can actually call her an anti-heroine because after she was humiliated and done dirty, her prioritized goal was to ruin Regina George's life. Portrayed by Lindsay Lohan, Katie was initially a humble-mannered, timid girl, not afraid to get her hands dirty, engulfed in nature's projects as she had lived in Africa for almost all of her life. She was even called the homeschooled jungle freak. When she was transferred to North Shore High School, students not so high on the social ladder befriended her and noticed that she was a nice person, talented in mathematics. But they had no idea of how manipulative she could truly be. Now this comes to the screen especially when Katie meets the Mean Girls, or also known as the Plastics, and eventually gets initiated into their clique. With her cunningness, she becomes Queen Bee of the group, and the path to discovery is filled with laughable and harsh situations that will keep viewers at the edge of their seats. This is a comedy not only about the ugly duckling transformation, it is also about revenge. Number 5. Selina Kyle, Batman Returns. Speaking of revenge, Selina Kyle in The Batman Returns had 9 lives and 10 razor-sharp claws, a deadly whip, and the highest desires of no limitations to extract her vengeance. Before becoming the Catwoman, Selina Kyle was a lonely, frustrated secretary. Then her paranoid and corrupt employer, Magnate Max Schreck, pushed her out of a window, thinking she knew about his mafioso methods. After falling from a window several floors high, she miraculously survives the fall, but fell unconscious upon impact. She was mysteriously revived by local stray cats that she fed from her apartment window, and when she returned home in a daze, the wild Catwoman was erected. Selina Kyle's transformation turned her into a free-spirited, cunning villain with superb confidence and bold lack of remorse. Penguin ran away from a confrontation with Batman to seek Catwoman and befriend her. Bruce Wayne succumbed to strong feelings for her, and she was surely not regretful of taking lives here or there. For the role of Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, who portrayed Catwoman, had to train at the Steel Boxer kickboxing gym at least 2 hours a day for 6 months. And for her agility and fighting choreography, she practiced yoga, weightlifting, and karate. And since a whip is Catwoman's first choice of weapon, Pfeiffer had to spend 3 months training with a 12-foot bullwhip. According to Pfeiffer, it was one of her most challenging roles, and critics called it one of her most iconic roles that is going to be famous forever. Number 4. Ty Frazier, Clueless. Starring Alicia Silverstone as Cher, Stacey Dash as Dion, and Brittany Murphy as Ty Frazier, this was a 90s hit that was probably seen by all the teenagers and young adults of the 90s. Cher was a snobbish, selfish, vain, and superficial teenager who had one direction in life, and that direction was to go to the shopping mall. Her best friend was Dion, who was also a typical Malibu type who dated the most popular guy at their high school. After feeling that her path in life might truly be in vain, as people said, she decided to contribute her gifts to others. And her need to help others to fulfill a sense of relevance, she befriended a clueless skater chick and decided that she'd give Ty a complete makeover and even revision to her demeanor. Eventually, the pupil became more popular than Cher, and the conflicted events of friendship and comedy continues. This is a classic 90s film that you must watch a couple of times, as Ty's transformation from Duckling to Swan was magnificent. Number 3. Fotula Tula Portokalos, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Do you have an overbearing family? Well, many of us really do, and if you're in this situation, it's hard to imagine that they are as exhausting as the Portokalos clan. The Portokalos family elders put pounds of pressure on Tula to marry a Greek man, so she can make Greek babies and follow the tradition of being a homemaker by raising kids, cooking, cleaning, and basically living for her family for the rest of her life. But that plan is not in her future. She strives for something more. So after enrolling in a computer class at the local community college, Tula decides to completely change her look in an effort to get out of her rut and cruise in a new lane. She ditches her glasses for contact lenses, wears makeup, and gets a new hairdo. This transformation shows that it's never too late to change, no matter what your age. This film is a classic that you must watch with your family. You'll be sure to have some great laughs with this 2002 hit. Number 2. Lainey Boggs, She's All That. The concept of She's All That is not original, and viewers can clearly see a strong resemblance to My Fair Lady. In this scenario, however, the makeover project is conducted by the most popular guy in the senior class, who makes a bet that he can take a dorky girl and turn her into a prom queen. Although it is an old-time plot, the modern edge makes it double the laughter. The movie stars Freddie Prinze Jr. as Zach, who has the 3rd best grade point average in his class, and is also the captain of the soccer team and dates the hot star of the class, Taylor, played by Jodie Lynn O'Keefe. With a staggering stock of amazing talents in this movie, you won't believe what happens. It's a must-see. Number 1. Mia Thermopolis, The Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway's debut film, The Princess Diaries, released in 2001, is a superb dream story and romantic comedy. The dorky, shaggy-haired teenager Mia Thermopolis learns that she's actually a princess of Genovia. From that point, she undergoes massive lessons in etiquette to be a proper princess and represent her country, and her glamorous makeover might be most notable, but others agree that the swivel in her attitude and mental growth is the key factor that makes her number 1 on our list. In the comment section below, let us know which transformation is most intriguing for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Plus, go ahead and share the video.